Alright guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you so much. Let me just be very calm, please.
No, I'm just giving you a jassa.
Welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you for always liking, for sharing, for subscribing, for telling everyone about what we do right here at Gusto TV. We love you guys, and of course, we'd love to see more of you. Yes. We work more. Thank you so much, guys. We love you, and of course today Lala is right here again, and this might just turn into something really a Gbasgbos edition.
Really?
Yes.
You don't think where me and you Gbasgbos?
Yeah, you don't think actually. You don't think.
Okay.
But of course today, Wizkid is in the picture. Reekado Banks is in the picture.
Okay.
Yes, Reekado dropped a brand new EP off the record of recent, and of course everyone has been jamming to that one.
Yeah.
Some people love a couple of songs off it.
Yeah.
You Dey Mad was like the lead single of that particular body of work. And during the NSAS protest thing, something happened between Wizkid and Reekado Banks. Reekado Banks has a song with Wizkid called Omolomo, and of course was meant to be on the EP.
Yes.
Reekado Banks came through and said, guys, even during the NSAS thing, Bedu must drop. I don't know waiting hit time. Wizkid came through and like, fool, this and that, remove this, remove that. Everything turned sour at that time.
Yes.
Off the record, the EP is out, and Wizkid is missing from that particular one. That song Omolomo totally yanked off.
Yes, totally yanked off. I mean, EP. 2 weeks to the album was going to be dropped. We were still seeing Omolomo, but we were not seeing featuring Wizkid. We were seeing the other tracks, and we were seeing the features. Yeah. So I was thinking, oh, it's probably going to rework the track and just take Wizkid's part off, and then have only just him on there. But it seems he didn't really want. Maybe he just kept it later in case they reconcile, and decided to replace the track. And then we have the other tracks, seven of the tracks. We had Rora, we had Need More, which was been released before, and then we had the other one, You Dey Mad. You Dey Mad, yes. Yeah, which was so that means we had 4 new tracks on the EP, and of the 4 new tracks, at least there are at least 2 songs on there that really make sense on the EP. So Reekado right now is reaping benefits. I mean, people are already talking of the fact that he took Wizkid off. People are saying yes, good riddance to bad rubbish. And then they also granted an interview in promotion of the EP.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah, and he was saying he was being disrespected by Wizkid, that he didn't like. He said maybe Wizkid was under the influence. Those were his words on the interview at the radio station. Yeah, he said he was being disrespected. That's why he took Wizkid off.
Oh, hold on, Lala. Okay, so the truth is, I'm sure you didn't want to tell me this before the show, because I didn't know about it.
Oh, you didn't?
Hold on. Reekado Banks went to a radio station and said maybe Wizkid was under the influence.
Yes, and disrespected
him.
Yes.
Okay, so we would have to actually go back to this incident right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure I've not asked you this before.
Okay.
Now, that particular incident, Wizkid and Reekado Banks, was it a case of disrespect or Reekado Banks not being sensitive to the situation?
Well, it could go either ways. We could say Reekado Banks was not being sensitive, because yes, he knows how Wizkid had been active with this entire thing, home and abroad. He knows what he has been all about.
But it's not a Wizkid song.
No, it's not a Wizkid song. But Wizkid actually pushed, his own album because of the NSAS protest. So he doesn't expect that his name will be on anybody's. He was very vocal. Made in Lagos, people were expecting. You know how many people were expecting Made in Lagos? For years, people had been expecting. But because of NSAS, Wizkid, out of respect, out of the sensitivity of the whole issue, pushed it. Then who is now a Reekado Banks to say he wants to? But my thinking, the way it's meant to be, if you feature me on a record, if you're going to drop the record, give me the heads up and say you're dropping it at this time, and I'll tell you, okay, oh please, okay, it's fine, or maybe please, you can't drop it right now.
But who has the power more on a song, the owner of the song or the featured artist? Wizkid was a featured artist on that particular song.
Yes, he
was. Says I want to drop my song with Wizkid on this particular day.
But the 2 things Reekado got wrong was, 1, not being sensitive to the situation. 2, he used the inside hashtag to promote that song. He used the hashtag to. The 3rd one was not putting Wizkid into consideration, because if you truly valued Wizkid's input on your song, and you see what Wizkid is about right now and what he's doing with his own personal music, it wouldn't hurt the thing to say, Baba, I want to drop this song, or do you think, do you think it's a good time for you? Because obviously you need Wizkid's support to push the song. Obviously it's there and fine. If Wizkid is cool with a collaboration and the song comes out, he will be able to say, oh, go and listen to me. I mean, when Pami was out, he was all over the place with Pami and tweeting and doing videos about it. So you need the support of people you feature. That's why you have to give them a heads up. People who usually do that, they tell them that, oh, this song is dropping next week. Oh. Those oneself will be hyping it up and be saying, oh, watch out for my part on Kinikon's record or this one. Adekunle Gold was hyping his part on Pami weeks before he came out. Omale, same. Wizkid, same. So you have to always, people you feature, regardless whether they're a guy or not, you need to give them heads up and just to let them know you're dropping it at this time. And if they say, oh, why do you want to do this at this time? And look at, I mean, they will have even advised you that, no be time to, I don't want to be associated with this right now. Is that you choose a new single off your EP, and then maybe the song will be on the EP later. That would have been a better way to go about it. But Reekado decided to just come out. I mean, maybe the time he spent in Gabon really affected his patriotism, I don't know. But at that period, it wasn't what people wanted to hear. People didn't want to hear Reekado and Wizkid song. People were all about NSAS, and people were moving their project because of NSAS. Then who is a Reekado to feel he can do as he pleases and get people's attention with the NSAS hashtag? So that was wrong for him. Yeah,
but we also know that people have their opinion, and you really cannot box people to accepting. If an artist thinks that, oh, at that time he wants to drop anything, I mean, no, it was a very, honestly speaking, that was a very silly move by Reekado Banks. Very silly. But I also think that we should give him the benefit of doubt. Okay, you know what, my project, he wasn't okay, it's his project, fair enough. But then even if it's your project, people are featured on it, they also have stakes on that song. The fact that they're featured on it, they have stakes on it. So you need to put them in the loop and say, I'm dropping it. So you didn't consider them. He just put the thing out and said he's dropping with baddest jam with Wizkid, and seeing how vocal Wizkid was, and he pissed about what's going on. He even pushed his own album. He now wants to rope him in there. And then Wizkid came through, fired back at Reekado Banks. A lot of people took sides. Some said Reekado is right, some said Wizkid was right and everything. EP came through, Reekado Banks removed that song off. In fact, he first of all removed Wizkid, name from the features on there. Then he removed the song totally.
So
from that particular one. Now, was it justified?
Of course, it's justified. He has messed up. He hasn't thrown his hands up and said, "Oh, I messed up." But he is justified for removing Wizkid, because Wizkid response, in as much as he can see that yes, Wizkid is pissed, he can be justified a bit, but then he still was overboard. Like he was calling him foolish, calling the song old song and things like that. You can see that disrespect, and if you feel that disrespect, then yes, you can yank him off. Well, it was out of a place of anger. Like it was. There were, for every action there's a reason for every action. I mean, you can see the reasons of why he was pissed off and why that happened. I can't fault it. Wizkid had to do what he had to do. Maybe it was now to a certain, a higher overboard. But yes, he had to do what he had to do. Reekado did not reach out privately to say, I'm dropping this, then just to inform you. If he had done that, Wizkid had told him, Baba, I'm more
privately too.
No, you know, if you drop this thing at this time, I beg, I don't want my name as regards. They would have settled that privately, but he came public and thought he was at the wrongest of times. So yeah, he got what he bargained for. But then it was overboard, but then you can see the reasons why. But people were now saying, oh, if it was Burna Boy, they won't make excuses, blah, 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 blah. But then if it was Burna Boy that did this, I would still say the same thing, because, man, you can't rope my name into something like that, especially when I pushed my album. It's totally wrong.
Okay, so that's, I was just going to ask you that. If it was Burna Boy that did this, or you think it wouldn't have happened with Burna Boy, he would have probably messaged Wizkid privately?
No, okay, fine. Now, we're not going to...
If Reekado Banks was a Burna Boy.
Oh, if Reekado Banks was a Burna Boy.
And he has Wizkid on the song.
I think Burna Boy would have reached out privately.
Privately to Wizkid.
I think he would have.
So now, do you think Reekado Banks was actually very wrong for coming out to now say Wizkid disrespected him? What would that, what does that, what would that make of their relationship moving forward?
Firstly, I feel Reekado Banks perhaps punching above his weight is not the first time he's going to do it. I remember when the Versus craze was around, and then people were saying, "Oh, Reekado Banks and Burna Boy." Our Burna Boy was tweeting like anybody in Nigeria come out with your tracks. Let's do this versus thing that nobody will stand down. And Reekado Banks, I don't understand what the guy was thinking. Went to Burna Boy and said, he should go. And Burna Boy said, "Reekado, I love you, but you never reach." That was total annihilation of Reekado Banks.
Don't you think that was disrespect as well from Burna Boy? Reekado Banks, when you talk about heat, yes, Burna Boy respect with the heat. Of course, they are not on the same level, no. But of course, you don't tell a fellow artist that, I respect you, but maybe your type.
Of course, it's putting Reekado in his place.
How?
Reekado,
that's disrespect, bro. That is disrespect still.
When Burna Boy came out to say that thing, we don't expect to any other artist. The only persons that can come out and say, "Oh, let's really battle," is a Wizkid or a Davido. Nobody else. That's why I said Reekado is punching above his weight. He thinks he's more than what he is.
No, but bro,
he's not more than what he is.
This guy is a very popular artist in Nigeria. Max is a B-list artist.
Reekado is the level of what's his name? All his peers are moving at that period. Is the level of Korede Bello.
No, come on.
Yes.
Come on.
One is the level of those kind of artists. Them Ari Song at that time. That's his level. No, he's not on that level yet. That's why.
See, that's my problem with what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
Now, Reekado Banks as an artist is at a particular level. So it means that every versus has to be A-list versus A. Come on, no.
Yes,
no.
For that Burna thing, the only people, let me even put Olamide there. Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido, Olamide, those people, they are the ones who can battle hit for hit because they were from a particular set, from a certain era, and they've been at it for years, and they have hits to back it up.
Yes.
Reekado is not from that era.
Yes.
There's no new artist.
What does it hurt to actually aspire?
You want to aspire to perspire in this scenario? No, that's why I said he was punching above his weight. He's not in that era. If he's in the era of all those Kiss Daniel,
I have an issue with
them skipping.
I have an issue. Oh, so Kiss Daniel now cannot go hit for hit with Davido.
No, he cannot. Because
they don't have the hits are not the
even
same.
Longevity is not there.
Easy longevity have been a hit with 10 versus 10
hits we they talk about.
10 versus 10.
You want to compare?
So then we not go with a Davido or a Wizkid.
No.
10 versus 10.
No, he won't. No, he won't.
Okay.
The only people in that category, Olamide, Burna Boy, Wizkid.
You are looking at the longevity.
I'm not looking at the.
That is the thing. That's
over years.
This thing. I don't want this thing to go into a glass box, honestly. But okay, going back to a Wizkid and Reekado Banks right now.
Yeah.
And of course, a Burna Boy and Reekado Banks.
Yeah.
Wizkid to Reekado Banks is not disrespect.
It's putting him in his place.
Burna Boy to Reekado Banks is not disrespecting.
No, see, that's what I said. The Burna Boy to Reekado Banks is Burna Boy putting Reekado Banks in his place.
Okay, so it is not disrespect.
Respectfully, he said to himself, Reekado,
I love you, bro.
I love you, bro, but not be your type. And he has a point. It is not him bringing himself down to Reekado's level to battle him. Nah.
What's bringing himself down now? Come on, Lala.
Bringing himself down.
Don't say that now. Come on, Lala.
No be Reekado. No disrespect to Reekado, but
yes, you are disrespecting him. I don't like when Nigerians say no disrespect. You know that they're just about to disrespect
because
you.
They have.
Or I'm sorry to say.
Once
you hear that, I'm sorry to say, but you know that okay.
I'm a big fan of several artists, and I speak positively about them on social media. But then sometimes I just find out that they blocked me, and for what reason I don't know.
Reekado Banks have blocked you.
You don't block me. But that's not the reason. That's not the reason.
Right.
And the reason he must have blocked me was because of the platform I work with.
You work for, yeah.
Article may have gone up, and then the auto tweets have come up.
Kiss Daniel blocked me as well.
Imagine I'm the biggest Kiss Daniel fan. Before Woju
we are together, brother. We are together.
Before Woju blew, you see me shouting. You find my tweets about Kiss Daniel.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Exactly. So
once he sees
these guys,
he could see 10 good tweets about you. One bad tweet, block.
And they block. So not like he paid me, but then these guys are not on that level yet. And it was just a situation of
I think that for Kiss Daniel,
putting him in his place.
That was really silly and childish.
Another one.
He's my guy.
You know how many times I speak about this guy that used to be with Olamide? What's his name?
Who?
Rodo.
Devoli. Yeah.
Imagine, how can I be blocked by Devoli when I'm like the biggest Devoli supporter on social media? How can I? Like there was an argument one time with Devoli and Jemo, and I took a Devoli side.
So, and of course, he blocked it.
And I'm blocked. So this artist,
we actually have to discuss this artist
and the
blocking mentality that they have on social media someday. Yes, guys, thank you so much. What do you think about this whole
but the EP?
Reekado Wrong?
EP is mad.
EP is crazy.
EP is crazy. You need to listen. Happy Hour and some other song. The song with Harmonize, very nice.
Very nice as well.
The song with Mr. Easy, one of the bangers on there. So you guys can check that out.
Yeah, but I just think Nigerians have moved on from Reekado Wrong.
No, it's going to take an effort. I mean, he was on the right path with Rora.
Yeah,
but he needs a better follow up.
Yeah.
And then Rora, he's rinsed and repeated, which is why Rora is on this EP right now, just to boost numbers on this EP. Yeah. But then he needs tracks like Rora. He needs another banger.
It needs another banger, guys. What do you think about Reekado Wrong's EP?
Yeah.
That one off the records. The song with Mr. Easy is there, Harmonize is there, with Artifire is there as well. Also, that one, Wizkid and EO.
Yeah.
But Wizkid is off that particular one. The song Omolomo totally off. He has gone on to say Wizkid disrespected him. Maybe it was high. No, he was
under
the influence. Let me not say high or something. It was under the influence. So that's also more like a disrespect to Wizkid, an insult to Wizkid.
It's bad for both now. So, but then again,
he's not going to win this case.
He's not going to win because he doesn't have the fan base. He doesn't have FC.
Yes,
and like I say again, Reekado needs to nothing wrong with aspiring to perspiring and all those things. But
know his level.
He's not on that level yet.
That's disrespect too. Guys, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.